Hello everybody, welcome back to Lucky by Nature. I'm BeastDaemon. Today, someone sent me a request and it reads as follows. I just recently saw a video where this guy shows us how to get 25,000 meat in 30 minutes using gigas with insane melee. And he has help from several of his tribe mates. Is there a way that you can get that much meat by yourself without insane gigas in about the same time frame? And if so, can you make a video about it? Let me first say that if someone is making a video like that using gigas that most people don't have, then they're just showing off in my opinion. But to answer your question, you can do better than that. You will need some high level Therizinos because any experienced player will tell you that a giga is not the top meat harvesting dino anymore. Nope, it's the Therizino. But you need to make sure that most of its levels are put into power harvesting, and of course you need to work on its melee as well. Now, since you asked for 25,000 meat, I'm going to only use 4 Therizinos and a Tappy. Or you can use a Quetz. If I was going for 50,000 meat, and I was going to do it in about the same time, then I would double the dinos. Or if the time is not an issue, then instead of taking 20-30 minutes, you would just take 40 minutes to an hour and use the same amount of dinos. Because ultimately, the less amount of dinos that you have to deal with, the better, obviously. They're easier to control. Some things you need to know. Every dino only has 300 slots available. With each stack being 20 meat, each dino can hold no more than 6,000 meat, with the weight totaling 600 pounds because each stack weighs 2 pounds times the 300 slots. You get the idea. Each of my Therizinos can hold 1,000 pounds or more, so we should be fine there, and my Tappy can carry more than that as well. So I have a total of 5 dinos, with each being able to hold 6,000 meat. That will total 30,000 meat once it's all said and done. I'm going to set the Therizinos to follow the Tappy, and 3 of them will be set to attack target, while 1 of them is going to be set to aggressive. The reason? The aggressive Theri will go after a dino, and the other 3 will attack that target. So in most cases, you will have all 4 Therizinos attacking the same dino at the same time, unless there are several dinos in one place, but ultimately this will keep them from going crazy in different directions. Also, since they are mate boosted, they will be tougher and should be able to harvest more. They should be able to kill everything we come across unless it's a giga, in which case I will whistle passive and get the heck out of dodge, because we will be around the giga spawn, but as you know, the odds of us running into a giga are pretty slim. You can technically use this method with gigas, but that is a lot more risky depending on what part of the map you're in, and if your gigas get stuck, then good luck trying to get it out, because as you know, dinos that follow you fly all over the place. And gigas, especially, they fly really, really high, and they, when they turn around, their turning radius is so large. They're a mess. But a Theri can be picked up with a Quetz if it does happen to get stuck somewhere, or a Wyvern. The best place to go for meat runs would be around the swamp. So if I were going to do that, then I would just load all my Theris on a Quetz and take them there. But since I'm just going to stay close to my base, I'm going to use the Tappy. Obviously, if you are on the center or on a scorched earth map, this would be a lot faster since there are way more dinos to kill than in an overpopulated island server. But I don't want to show you how to do something with optimal conditions. Instead, I want to show you that this can be done in a situation with the least optimal conditions, because if you can do it in this situation, then you know it can be done anywhere. Also, I'm doing this on a day where we have no buffs whatsoever, so no 1.5 times harvesting or 2 times like we did here recently. As you can see, it's pretty easy to keep tabs on these guys, but the only drawback I see with this is that you will have to check their inventory and get rid of the junk they harvest besides the meat every so often. But that would be the case with any dino, so it's fine. So far, we're 5 minutes into it. I'm going to take their meat and put it in the tappy. Every now and then, the theories don't harvest a kill, so I will use the tappy to harvest the carcass. And even though it doesn't harvest nearly as much meat as the theories, it's okay because there is just so much meat available that I won't worry too much about it. Alright guys, so it took us about 24 minutes to get all the way around. So now it's time to take these guys back into the base, and then we'll see what we got. We have about 30,000 raw meat minus whatever spoiled, which shouldn't be much since meat can last up to 40 minutes in a dino. But when I pull the meat to clean out the dino's inventory, it does make the meat last less. But the spoilage should be minimal. I don't really have anywhere to put the meat, so I'm just going to dump it. But if you are going to put it in fridges to do a massive race, make sure you cook it first, so that way it will last longer. Hope that helps you out, and if you all have any more requests, don't hesitate to send me a message. So until next time, keep surviving.
My work saved the human race.